Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to every one of you who subscribes to my channel. I wouldn't do any of this without you guys. You are the reason I'm doing this, so thank you. Join the Legion today on Patreon for free and help decide next week's new character. It's a battle of the Disney heroes from American Dragon. It's Jake Long versus the super spy Kim Possible. Today we're building the ultimate shield from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Greed. A homunculus created by Father that represents his own greed. Greed is a disappointment and a renegade to his siblings. While the homunculi work towards a goal, Greed does not care. He lives for himself and his own desires, but he never shows as much evil as his siblings. Is he a bastard? Yes, but not a sadistic one, so he's likable. Like all the homunculus, Greed has enhanced strength, speed, and amazing regenerative capabilities, able to withstand severe damage. But unlike his siblings, Greed can reform the carbon in his own skin, making it nearly impenetrable. Combined with his formidable strength, his hardened skin allows Greed to deliver devastating attacks. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook, Xanathar's Guide to Everything, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, and Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. We're using standard point array to make things simple, and we are multi-classing, so keep an eye on those minimums should you use a different system. We'll start things off with strength at 15. Being an organic construct of a dead human has advantages, and this is basically the only one I can give you. Standard point array, everyone. Ain't it grand? Dex comes in at 14. We're gonna need that to have good defense till we can get your powers. Charisma will fly in at 13. Unlike the others, you are likable and simply not faking it. Con will drop in at 12. Way too low for you. Once more, standard point array. Wisdom's going to be low with a 10, and we're dumping intelligence. You're not bright by many standards, simple as that. Not sure if it should be that low, but it's not really important for this build, and I have to put that 8 somewhere. Greed is an homunculus, and as I've already said, that is an organic construct of someone who has died. You all see where this is going, right? Reborn from Van Richten's is probably one of the most interesting lineages. Also, I use it a lot because I keep making reanimated characters or organic constructs. I'm goth. We wear a lot of black and love creepy things. Place +2 into Dex and +1 into Charisma. Ancestral Legacy lets you do one of two things. You can either maintain all your previous lineage's proficiencies and just be undead, or take 2 skills of your choice. I'm choosing the 2 skills, but you can go nuts and have fun with this. Maybe you're an Aarakocran or a Tortle. I really don't care. I'm just trying to give you the template for you to reshape as you wish. For me, I'm grabbing athletics and acrobatics. You do you. Deathless nature makes you harder to kill. You have advantage on death saves, advantage on saving throws against poison and disease. You're resistant to poison damage. You don't eat, drink, or sleep. You can't be put to sleep magically, and your long rests are 4 hours long, where you are aware of everything. Knowledge from a past life lets you add a d6 to any skill check you make, and you can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus between long rests. To finish out your lineage, you know the language Common and one other of your choice. For background, take the skills Sleight of Hand and Deception. Finally, choose 2 proficiencies of your choice from languages and/or tools. Level 1 sorcerers start off with 2 skills, take Intimidation and Persuasion. You also have proficiencies in daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. You know, basically nothing you will use. You also have proficiencies in the saving throws Con and Charisma. Sorcerer's origin is how you got your powers. Homunculi come from the gate beyond the world and have a Philosopher's Stone within them, which is made of souls. So we're going with Divine. Little bit of a dark divine, but still divine. Divine Soul from Xanathar's gives you Favored by the Gods. This lets you add 2d4 to any failed saving throw or missed attack once per short or long rest. Divine Magic gives you access to both Cleric and Sorcerer spells, and gives you a free spell. This free spell is generally based on the divine energy you have, but screw it, we're just randomly choosing one because it's good. But before that, Spellcasting gives you the power to cast magic. This is based on your Charisma, and you regain all used spell slots at the end of a long rest. You start off with 4 cantrips and 2 first level spells. For your free spell, Cure Wounds lets you regenerate 1d8 plus your Charisma modifier in HP. For your normal spells, Thunderclap lets you smash the ground at your feet and send out a shockwave, forcing a con save on everyone within 5 feet, dealing 1d6 thunder damage on a failure. Blade Ward is basically a useless spell, but it fits, so let's talk about it. This gives you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage for 1 round, but costs an action. Mage Armor hardens your skin for 8 hours, giving you an AC of 13 plus Dex when not wearing armor. You don't wear wear armor, you are the armor. Shield adds +5 to your AC with a reaction for 1 turn and automatically stops magic missile. You get 2 more cantrips, have fun choosing. Level 1 fighters begin with proficiencies in all weapons, shields, and armor. Fighting style gives you unarmed fighting. Your unarmed strikes are now 1d6 when holding something, 1d8 when holding nothing, and you can automatically deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage to a creature you are grappling. Second Wind lets you heal yourself with a bonus action equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level once per short or long rest. Level 2 sorcerers gain Font of Magic. This gives you sorcery points equal to your sorcery level. With these points, you can now regain used spell slots, like those used for mage armor, or burn spell slots to regain sorcery points. For your new spell, Thunder Wave lets you strike the ground and send out a shockwave that fills a 15-foot cube in front of you. Every creature within the cube must make a con save, or take 2d8 thunder damage and be pushed back 10 feet from you. Level 3 sorcerers receive meta magic. These are new ways to spend your sorcery points. You get 2 at this level and I don't care. I'm more interested in using those points to get spell slots back for your defense. You can choose what you want. If it were me though, maybe you should go with Quicken Spell to turn one spell with a casting time of 1 action into a bonus action for 1 sorcery point. Hey look, Blade Ward isn't useless now. Subtle Spell removes verbal and somatic components to a spell for 1 sorcery point. For those times, spellcasting tactics take your voice or hands away. You also now have second level spells. For your spells, Alter Self does a few things like make you change how you look or make you aquatic, neither which are you, but it also turns your hands into natural weapons. You can now harden your fists or nails into magical weapons that add +1 to attack and damage. This spell says your unarmed strikes are now 1d6, but with unarmed fighting you're already dealing 1d8. Discuss with your DM if they stack together. Rules as written, yes they do, but your DM may feel differently. You must maintain the spell for 1 hour to use these weapons. Level 2 fighters now have Action Surge. You can give yourself a free action once per short or long rest. Use this for another attacker, or maybe make Blade Ward less useless while saving a sorcery point. Your character level 5 now. Your proficiency bonus is upgraded to +3 and Thunderclap does 2d6 thunder damage. Level 3 fighters gain their subclass. Champion from the Player's Handbook is a slow burn subclass, but it can be helpful. I mostly use this subclass a lot because it's just what a base fighter should be. No bells and whistles, just fighting. Improve Critical lets you crit with your attacks on a 19 or 20. Level 4 fighters earn our first ability score improvement. Grab the feat Crusher from Tasha's. This adds +1 to strength and improves your punches. Once per turn, when you hit with an attack and deal bludgeoning damage, like with your fists, you push the creature 5 feet to an unoccupied space if they are at least 1 size larger than you or smaller. Also, when you crit on an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, all attacks against the creature will be at advantage until the start of your next turn. Level 5 fighters now have extra attack. You can attack twice with a single attack action. Level 6 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Let's grab yet another feat. Eldritch Adept from Tasha's gives you an Eldritch Invocation from the Warlock class as long as you have spellcasting and you fit any prerequisite. Armor of Shadow. For this invocation, Armor of Shadows lets you cast Mage Armor without a spell slot or material components, meaning it's basically a cantrip now, clearing up first level spell slots for more healing spells. You've reached character level 9, bump up your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 4 sorcerers earn another ability score improvement, bump up strength. For your spells, we can replace Mage Armor and still get a new one. Earth Tremor lets you smash the ground and unleash a wave of shrapnel, hitting everyone within 10 feet and forcing a dex save. If they fail, they are hit with the shrapnel and take 1d6 bludgeoning damage and fall prone. You can get 1 more first level or second level spell and 1 cantrip, take what you want. Level 5 sorcerers gain 3rd level spells, and I don't care. Take what you want. There's nothing at this level that I want to give you, so you can really start customizing this build. Maybe throw a fireball, I don't care. Your character level 11, Thunderclap now deals 3d6 thunder damage. Level 6 Divine Soul Sorcerers get Empowered Healing. Now, when you or someone within 5 feet of you rolls to regain your health from a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll any of the dice. You can do this once per turn. For your new spell, you get a new spell, but there are only 2 more I want to give you, and 1 is next level, so take what you want. Level 7 Sorcerers now have 4th level spells. For your new spell, Stone Skin hardens your skin completely, and for 1 hour while you maintain this spell, you are resistant to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Heads up, this costs 100 gold to do, and it is a concentration spell. So if you use it, no alter self. You've hit character level 13. Bump up your proficiency bonus again to +5. Level 7 champion fighters are remarkable athletes. You can now add half your proficiency bonus to any strength, con, or dex check that isn't already adding it. You can also increase your running long jump by feet equal to your strength modifier. Level 8 fighters gain another ability score improvement. Grab the feat Eldritch Adept again for another invocation. Master of Myriad Forms can only be taken if you are character level 15, which you are. This makes Alter Self able to be cast without a spell slot. Level 8 Sorcerers earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Strength. For your final spells, Death Ward makes you harder to kill even more. For 8 hours, you are protected from dying. If you hit 0 HP, the spell ends and you drop to 1 instead. This spell can also protect you from spells that instant kill you regardless of HP. Don't forget you can now replace Alter Self since you can now cast it without a spell slot. Level 9 fighters receive Indomitable. You can now reroll 1 failed saving throw once per long rest. Your character level 17 now, your proficiency bonus is now maxed out at a +6, and Thunderclap is now maxed out at 4d6 thunder damage. Level 10 champion fighters gain an additional fighting style. Superior Technique gives you 1 maneuver from the Battlemaster subclass and gives you 1d6 superiority dice, which you can burn to perform the maneuver. For your maneuver, Parry lets you reduce the damage you take with a reaction by using your superiority dice and adding it to your dex modifier. Level 11 fighters now have extra attack ×2. You can attack up to 3 times with a single attack action. Our final level is level 12 fighter, and you earn our final ability score improvement, Bump Up Dex for more AC. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 10, Dex 18, Con 13, Intelligence 8, Wisdom 10, Charisma 14. Your total levels are Fighter 12, Sorcerer 8. Let's dive in. In a fight, you are pretty badass. You deal 1d8 damage with your fist. This can be magical, bringing your total attack to 1d8 +6, and you can attack up to 6 times with an action surge. Your AC is 17, can go up to 22, you can reduce damage, heal yourself, can ward yourself against dropping to 0 HP, re-rolled failed saves, you have advantage on death saving throws, and you can make yourself resistance to all weapon attacks that deal normal damage. Your main attack spell and defense spell also can be cast without spell slots, and you can regain spell slots by burning points. Downside. Oh boy, that section was small, but this will not be. Firstly, your main mode of magical attack in melee is a concentration spell, and so is your best defensive spell, meaning you can either have magical melee attacks or magical resistance. If you get a magical weapon though, you can switch that out and focus on Stone Skin. I'd also like to point out you once merged with a pretty decent swordsman, so go with that. Also, you do have plenty of damage spells without Alter Self. Your stats aren't great in certain areas. Con only adds +1 to your overall health, intelligence is terrible with a negative, and finally your charisma is barely adding anything to your spell DCs. I could have easily fixed a few of these if I didn't give you Eldritch Adept twice, but making your skin and fist harder is your whole thing. Also, this makes your range limited as you prefer to punch. Finally, you have limited resources with 8 sorcery points, but making Alter Self and Mage Armor free castings frees up your points to use them more freely. In all, nothing is unfixable here, and better stats, just common sense in combat and some customizing with more spells will make the build better. So get out there and live your life how you want to, and just punch those who want you to be under their thumb. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.